Hi YouTube, my name is Kurt. Just working on the final oh, what the heck do I call it now? A valve tower for the 9-cylinder radial. This is the part that fits over the cylinders and where the exhaust and intake valves are located. And the bottom base of this thing, the fins that we put on that are 30 thousandths apart, and they're 32 thousandths that is actually the width of the fin that we're cutting. Now the tool that you're looking at right now, this is a Thinbit. I'll take this out and attempt to see if we can see it up a little bit closer. Focus in on it. I'll show you a little bit about the details of this particular tool. Yeah, let's get you in focus here. I'll try and get you in focus. I gotta bring her back. If you take a look at this tool, I'm trying to get it in where I can see it. You'll see how narrow and thin that tool is. Let me get some more light over here. There we go. Just gotta get it in the view now. Not getting it in there very good. But what I like about this tool, these Thinbits are made by Kaiser. One of the things I like about them is that they add quite a bit of relief to that tool bit. Even though the tool bit is 32 thousandths, they put relief on it, and there's also kind of a back relief towards the back of the tool also. So anyway, I was finding that most of the problems I was having with cutting fins was the high-speed tool fins that I was making, and they were 32 thousandths. But my problem is I continued to break the bits on a regular basis. I just could not get the kind of machining that I wanted to do. This is a good example of the relief that you're getting on the width of this tool. You're getting it in two directions. You're getting it vertically, and you're also getting it horizontally here in the back. You just see that little tiny bit of relief in the back of that tool bit. Anyway, I'm going to run this to show you the difference, and I have set the tool bit to be on a line that's equivalent to the center of the part. And I'm going to touch off as soon as I hit here without breaking the bit. All right, I have touched off. Now I need to move the bit, the width of the bit, which is 32 thousandths, and the width of the fin, which is 30 thousandths. So I have to move that a total of 62 thousandths. And I have set my DRO to 0. It's the only way to do this accurately. And we are at 62 thousandths. Now one of the things that needs to be made clear is that you need to tighten your cross slide so that it doesn't move sideways on you. Because the depth we have to go on this is 94 thousandths. And that's a lot of depth, a lot of pressure to put on this tool. And I did get 3 of them. They are very expensive. thin bit holder, which it's in right now, is very expensive. I had trouble fitting this bit into the tool holder because it wasn't wide enough to hold the bit, so I had to get an 1/8 inch end mill and machine out the groove so that I could fit the bit in there and tighten it down. Hopefully I'm able to tighten it down sufficiently. We'll find out when I start machining. I'll either break the bit or it'll go sideways or something will happen, but hopefully that does not occur. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start out running this at the lowest speed on the lathe that I've got, and I'll turn on the rotary phase converter. What I'm going to do here is touch off. As soon as I touch off, yeah, maybe I have to move a little bit further in than I thought. I need to touch off with the tool. And we set the Z0 on that. And we need to go 94D. The thing about cutting these is it's a slow process. You can't force the tool. You just have to let it do its own cutting. It takes a long time to cut each fin. Okay, that one's done. Now that cut beautifully actually. Now we're going to loosen it. I'm going to zero the X, and I'm going to move it over another 62 thousandths. And tighten it. We've already got the Z set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the speed to 260. See if we can break them chips a little bit faster, a little bit better. I'll bring you back when we get close to the end here. This is by far the best fin machining I've ever done. I mean, they're all perfect. There's 10 of them there, supposed to be 10 of them there. And that was all by that Thinbit tool. And it's carbide, it's TIN coated carbide. And I haven't done any fins anywhere near. Oops, trying to get it to come in here. Come on, focus. Takes it a minute to focus when you do that. Come on, baby, you can focus. Let me back it up. Maybe I can just move it in and it'll do it. Yeah, it won't do it. But, there we go. Yeah, those are perfect. 94 thousandths deep on each side, and 10 fins. If you haven't started your fins yet, I would recommend you try and figure out some way to get carbide to work for you. Now, this is the Thinbit tool right here. Try and get it into full view here. It's the Thinbit holder with the Thinbit tool. If you look straight on directly at it, you can see the relief that's cut into it vertically. That's the secret to this tool right here. If you're cutting yourself a high-speed tool, which is what I did, I broke maybe 8 or 9. This is my 9th cylinder head. And the reason why I keep breaking them is because I don't have any relief on it. This type of relief. And also, you know, side relief too comes in handy, as you can see with this tool. I'm trying to get it come in. If you look at the side of the tool, you'll notice that focused. There's a relief there too on the tip. And that's 32 thousandths. And that won't go all the way in, so I can't do the valve towers, which is where they're going to be, the valve tower there, valve tower there. I can't do those with that tool. I can do maybe the top 4 fins, but the rest of them I can't get in with that tool. So what I've done is I've ground this tool in a surface grinder using diamond wheel, and all that is, let's see if I can get it in here, see if I can get it to focus close. Come on. What I've done is I've just taken a triangular insert and I've ground it down on my surface grinder, and you can see the the tip right there. And while I had it in a surface grinder, I ground everything else around it down also, so that it would fit into that space between the two towers. Even with all that, it still has a little tiny bit of hitting on the back there. But it works perfectly fine. We've machined, maybe 4 valve towers now without breaking this tool. And we just kept breaking them left and right. And, there's a little bit of relief built into that also. But that's pretty much what I've got for you this time around. That's the end of part of this part of the valve towers. I'm going to finish this up off camera, and then what I'm going to do is on the next part we're going to show the mounting of the what is it? Of the valve seats in the it's going to be on this side of the. This will be drilled out, of course, and there'll be angular drill hole coming in for the valve tower, and we'll show you putting the seats in. The seats are all done, ready to go. Putting the seats in and how the valves match up with them, and then we're going to have to grind the valves in individually, each valve seat, so they're all going to have to be numbered somehow to correspond with whatever valve tower that they've been ground into. And then drilling the holes for the top of the cylinder towers for where the rocker arms are going to fit into. So for right now, that's all I got for you. See you later.